Thomas Peterfy, GameStop, AMC. He's the one that told us that they could go to unimaginable highs. And it's very likely that happens.
Founder and Chairman Thomas Peterfy. Thomas, good to see you.
If people were to exercise their call contracts. This guy, Thomas Peterfy, is the owner and CEO of Interactive Brokers. This company here, Interactive Brokers, that I'm using right now, IBKR Pro, is technically my competition for Lit Exchange, as is Robinhood and Webull. But that's okay. This man has more experience in the industry than I've been alive. And he tells you exactly what you need to know about the AMC and GameStop situation.
You again. Thanks for joining
Listen
us.
up.
My first question is, are you surprised and or disappointed not to be a part of the hearing tomorrow?
Oh, no, I'm neither surprised nor disappointed. This is just fine with me.
Just fine. I can imagine. So what do you think will be the focus? Because there's lots of angles here, whether there was insider trading, whether the likes of Robinhood hurt their customers, and whether the likes of Citadel are abusing their power. What do you think is the key focus and the likely outcome?
So what I would like to point out here, that we have come dangerously close to the collapse of the entire system, and the public seems to be completely unaware of that, including Congress and the regulators.
We have come extremely close to the collapse of the entire financial system, and the entire public seems to be unaware of that, including Congress and regulators.
So let me explain to you that on January 26th, Game had closed at $77 a share. The following day, it closed at $148. The following morning, on January 28th, the stock opened at $355.
In 3 days, people, GameStop went up to $355. It opened at $355 on January 28th.
And traded up to $480.
Boom.
At the same time, Game had 50 million registered shares outstanding.
GameStop had 50 million registered shares outstanding. All right.
And a short interest of 70 million shares.
A net deficit of 20 million.
In addition, there were about 1.5 million calls, which would call for 150 million shares.
Now you need 150 million more shares because there's all these call contracts out on the market from people like Keith Gill, DFV, and all of you, and our very own, Zoombach here in the think tank, and a lot of people here in the think tank, as well as here on YouTube and Twitter and Rumble.
If the longs repay their margin loans and exercise the calls, their brokers would have been obligated by the rules, as they are today, to deliver to them 270 million shares, while by only 50 million shares exist.
This is proof of synthetic shares directly from a broker-dealer CEO, Thomas Peterfy, simply stating the facts. These are the numbers. And they would have been legally obligated to deliver those had you exercised your fucking calls, sold some for profit, and exercised some of them, because it leads to gamma, because it leads to FOMO, because it leads to delta hedging, it leads to the fucking moon!
Yeah, because usually
so when the shorts cannot,
no one ever exercises, so they count on that.
They count on people not exercising. That's why they don't delta hedge unless there's a fucking executive order up their ass.
deliver the shares, the broker representing the longs must, by the rules of the system, go into the market and buy the shares at any price. pushing the price into the thousands. So as the price goes higher,
You heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. When the shorts cannot deliver the shares, the broker
representing the longs must, by the rules of the system, go into the market and buy the shares at any price, pushing the price into the thousands. So as the price goes higher, the shorts default on the brokers. The brokers now must cover themselves. They push the price further up. So the brokers default on the clearing houses, and you end up with a complete mess that is practically impossible to sort out. So that's what almost happened. To avoid this in the future, the SEC needs to immediately call for reporting of short interest on a daily basis, because
in order to stop this in the future, the SEC must offer reporting of short interests on a daily basis.
Oh, have they done that?
No, sir. They haven't fucking done that. They have not fucking done that. That's the only way they could have prevented it. And it's the only way they could prevent it now, because it's still not being reported on a daily basis. And it's still occurring, and they're still hiding it through FTDs, married puts, divorced puts, all sorts of rehypothecations, ISDA contracts, futures and swaps, and so on, yield notes. I won't even get into it. Let's keep going.
They are currently only reported twice a month. And I think they should increase margin requirements on shorts by 1% for every percent of short interest. That would solve the problem. This is a gaping hole that didn't have before, because short squeezes are considered market manipulation, which is illegal. But so therefore nobody did it. But with these social platforms, people can just chit chat, and suddenly a short interest emerge without pointing at any one person who is guilty, right?
So Thomas, I mean, it's extremely complicated, and they'll have to try to explain all this market structure
simple.
in between some of the populist grandstanding from members of Congress tomorrow. But ultimately, who are you saying is to blame, if anyone, for what happened?
No, it's nobody. Nobody is to blame. There is a hole in the system that we immediately have to stop. There's a hole in the
short interest reporting.
Short squeezes. Sorry?
There's a hole in the system that we immediately have to stop. And that hole is the abuses that occur by market makers and hedge funds, short hedge funds, in the way that they short stocks and create synthetic shares and naked shorts and so on. And remember, it's all self-reported data. Credit Suisse was just fined $400,000 whopping dollars by the SEC for not reporting 7 years worth of short interest from 2015 through April of 2022. Just happened. $400,000 is all they got fined.
You're saying that is the short interest reporting. That's what was happening here? That was the problem?
No, the problem was that there is no increased margin requirements on shorts as the short interest increases. As a matter of fact, most people don't even know what the short interest is, because it's only reported twice every month.
Yep.
What portion, Thomas, of your trading is payment for order flow? I know it's a smaller percentage than some of your rivals.
It's like 3%.
Shepard Smith here.
Folks, Thomas Peterfy, the CEO of IBKR, the broker which I'm using right now, just got done telling you that what you thought, what we know, is 100% factual and not conspiracy in any way whatsoever. No matter how much Ken Griffin, Citadel Securities, Robinhood, Motley Fool, other medias would like it to be. These are facts. We did not create the problem. We are the solution. The problem is Citadel Securities' $65 billion in assets and $65 billion in short sold, not yet purchased. On that note, fuck Ken Griffin. pay me my money, I'm not leaving.